Good afternoon, everybody. I'm getting a little late start. We had a busy morning. We had a busy morning. Miss Floss and I had to see some doctors and stuff. So anyway, today I'm picking out another, North American independent one and a smaller one at that. And this one is called Forthescentofit. I ordered 5 samples from Michael, who runs Forthescentofit, and the one I'm going to be the one I'm wearing now, and the one I picked out to wear today is called Crème de Bergamot. So that was the one I picked out 5, and this is one I thought, oh, it'd be really nice to wear today. And I'm so glad I did. When I put it on, Mrs. Fritz really likes it. She gave it a 9. And I'm going to read the notes on it and all that, and I'm saying this in a good way. She said, "You smell like the beach." And I'm like, yeah, oh, it does. It really does smell like I'm down the shore. We say down the shore in Philadelphia. It's kind of weird. We talk about Jersey and we're down the shore, but that's what we say. And this is what, it reminds me of being down on the beach or by the pool. And I think it's that creme in it. It has bergamot, pink pepper, and mint up top. And then it has a really nice jasmine. It says Indian something, jasmine absolute. And then it has violet, and that plays an important part in this. And then it has creme. And then it's just sandalwood and musk. And so what it is, he says it's like a creamy citrus. And it is, you can get that. And then when he said that, I'm thinking, oh, it's going to be like Colonia Club, Acqua di Parma Colonia Club, which is a green one. I thought maybe that, something like that. And when I looked at the notes, I was trying to conjure up what this would smell like, because that. And really, he has that mint there, and he has violet. And violet sometimes and mint can be somewhat similar to me. Violet's like a green scent, but it can be a little mini, I guess. I don't know. And with this cream, this is really nice. The bergamot is in there. You get the citrus. And what it smelled like was a very, very, very well-made lotion, or even like a suntan lotion maybe, but not just one you buy off the at the departments, the Rite Aid or something. This would be a really good one. This would be the one where people would be coming around you to smell you, and so that smells really good. And I think it's because of that cream, the mint, the violet, the jasmine, the bergamot. It has really nice notes in it. And like I said, Miss Foss gave it a 9 when I went up there. And 9's pretty high in her book. And I also gave it an 8 at starting out. But I've been wearing it all day, and I've been doing this because it smells so good. And I'm really glad I wore it. So I'm glad I had that one. I'm glad that's the one I first started out with, because it's a winner on my book. It's unique, and I like it. And it's perfect for the summer. So anyway, the other part I want to get on this is right before I came down here, I got something in the mail from somebody else that's an independent perfumer. And the thing about this is, both this guy Michael with Forthescentofit and the person I got the mail in, this is Shelter and Perfume, and her name's Emily. And she sent this real nice card. I think she sends it to everybody, but she actually handwrites something on this. And Mrs. Fritz said, "Thank you, Emily." She read this card, and I do thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's really nice what you wrote in there. And anyway, they're both on Etsy, so I'm going to do sort of this little 7 degree of Kevin Bacon thing and explain how I met these people. I knew about Emily for a while. I've had her I have one of her fragrances that I just got in this package for about 3-4 months. And I saw her on something live with Joe Anthony, who is an UnAverageJoe. And I put it on there, and I never ordered. I just had it because I knew it was like a summer thing, and there was other things I ordered, and I just knew I was going to order from her. I just didn't know how to do Etsy or anything like that. And about 3 weeks ago, I saw this Michael on with Brian from My 2 Cents. And then I found out he was on Etsy. So when I went to Etsy for him, and I listened to his show, and I wanted to see what he had. He talked about samples, and I saw he had a little sample pack that I was able to order for like $25, and I was able to pick which ones I want. So I got his 5 samples, and then I went over that day or the next and looked at Emily's and ordered from her. And the reason I call it the 7 degree of Kevin Bacon is today Michael is going to be on a live on Instagram with a guy named Ken Sense. And this Ken Sense guy, I don't think he has a YouTube channel, but he is an influencer. And on Instagram, he has 1 or 2 videos, but mostly he does picture ones. And then he writes up a little thing. Like sometimes I do that too. On Instagram, I'll do a picture of what I'm wearing, and I'll write up something about it, or I'll do it on Facebook. But I'm not a reviewer, an influencer. He is, though. And another way you can tell the difference in that is he actually writes on his, if you look at his account, he says, DM me for collaborations, And that's what most influencers will do. People trying to, to do that, people whose aspiration is to do that, to get into the fragrances and, want to give you their opinion and reviews and all that. And they will say that, and that's one way And I personally I don't do that on mine, and that's the reason I have that. So back to the 7 degree, I went looking to see if he's on YouTube because I didn't see a YouTube channel, and I found him, but I found him on with Brian from My 2 Cents. And when he was with Brian, he was there with Emily. So see, it goes in this big circle. And so Ken was with Emily, talking about Shelter Perfumes on Brian's, and I saw Brian's. And that brings me to one important thing about both of these. Both of these I found out because of lives, okay? This one I found out live with Joe, on UnAverageJoe. This I found out a live with Brian. And I think Joe was even on the one that this was on UnAverageJoe. And I'm saying that because I'm a North American, okay? And I usually follow North American, I don't say American, not American, North American, like Mexico, Canada, America, South America. I'm American. And anyway, we're kind of like the New World type people. And so on these lives, they introduce me to people that are here over in here. I'm not saying this is not for Europeans. These people here, in Mexico and Canada and the United States that are trying, that have a passion to do this. I think she's in Canada. He's in Minnesota, I think. Anyway, these people have a passion to make new fragrances and make niche fragrances. And, there's these reviewers here in the United States and elsewhere, Canada and in Mexico and even probably South America. It's really good when they do these lives and talk about fragrances and introduce us to what small houses are here and the fragrances you could get here. And that, I think, is the purpose of live. And I didn't just come up with that. There was, what was his name? There was a guy in Colombia or Peru that actually said that. Rafi, he's on some people's lives. And he actually said that's a good way of using live because the people who really are fragrance enthusiasts are looking for that. We're looking for that information. We're looking to find Emily's, and we're looking to find this Michael. And we're looking to find new fragrances once you're at that part of your journey. So I just want to shout that out to Brian. I want to shout that out to Joe. Keep doing what you're doing, especially on lives. And to Ken Sense, who's going to do that on IG today. Keep doing what you're doing, having these people on there. There's plenty. There's plenty over here to do that with their lives. It's not just those 3. There are lives on Instagram that you can go on, and they do bring in these independent niche houses that need a voice, and that's how they get out their fragrances. And it's really interesting learning from them and watching them and seeing their passion, and that gives you an inspired passion to wear their stuff. So that's just my little spiel on that. And I'm not going to redo this. I know I fumbled some parts there. But anyway, please pray for peace, and please help me be kind. I actually need to practice kindness a lot. I slip with that a lot, and I try to work on it. And that's another reason I would prefer watching lives that actually deal with bringing people up than putting people down, because I can easily get into that, tearing people down. So anyway, with that, have a nice day. I'll see you tomorrow.